Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today I'm going to be continuing making my spring and summer wardrobe. This is the inspiration, and so I'm going to be using the Lane Pants pattern by Sydney Graham. I will be tapering the legs since it is a very wide leg pattern, and I'm going to be shortening the pants to add a ruffle at the bottom. I have this very awesome gingham that perfectly matches the inspiration. This is navy blue and white, and the inspiration was black and white, but I just personally think that the navy blue better fits my whole wardrobe. But it is like dead on for the inspiration picture. So I'm super excited. I think these are gonna come out really good. Unlike my last video where I was able to get the shirt done all in one day, this will be a several day project for sure. In that last project, my husband was home, so I was able to sew a lot more than I usually do. If you did not know, I am a stay-at-home mom and I sew during my daughter's nap time or sometimes at nighttime when she's asleep. And occasionally in the daytime too. She's gotten interested in sewing with me, so sometimes we do sew together in the daytime, but the large chunk of what I'm able to get done is during her nap time and during nighttime when she's asleep. So since it is a weekday, it is a normal week, I will be doing this across several days because I will not have enough time to get this all done today. Without further ado, let's get started on all of this. I did actually already cut out my pattern pieces, and last night I went through my pattern piece and already altered it. So this is the front leg, and I've already tapered the side of it. So this pant is a very wide leg, which is great. It's a good pant pattern. I've made quite a few, but I really want it a little bit more tapered in. So I've already done that, and now we just have to iron the fabric and cut it out. I did lay out the pattern pieces last night, and we are like just squeezing everything out of this. I should have gotten 2.5 yards. I only got 2, and I was like, that'll be fine. And like, just always get more. I don't know when I'm gonna learn my lesson to always get more fabric than you think you need, because it's fine. You'll do something else with the extra, but not having enough is not good. So let's give this a quick iron and we'll get cutting. Last night before going to bed, I realized that after prepping everything to be able to sew today, I forgot to wash my fabric. And this is 100% cotton, so it is going to shrink in the wash. And I was like, great, now I'm gonna have to postpone another day because I didn't wash my fabric. It was too late to wash the fabric. I wasn't gonna be up to be able to put it in the dryer. But thankfully, my husband so graciously washed it for me this morning so that when I woke up, I could just stick it in the dryer and it would be ready for when I wanted to sew today. So thank you to him. Thank you for making this possible. Today's video is sponsored by my husband. Thank you. Actually, technically all my videos are sponsored by him because, as I just said, I'm a stay-at-home parent, so shout out to him. I never used to bother ironing my fabrics, but it truly does make a difference when you're cutting if your fabric is not just kind of like flat, like if there's creases and crinkles and whatever, you're not cutting the pattern exactly right. And so I've just started to take more care in each step, and this is a step of the process, unfortunately. Same with washing your fabric. It's all a step in the process. You know what? I'm actually gonna move my ironing board because I don't have enough space to drape it. Also, I can currently see my daughter waking up right now. Oh man, what time is it? That's gonna be that on the ironing because I'm gonna have to go lay with her. Darn, I was really hoping that I could at least get my pattern cut out. I will see you guys in a minute. I did end up having to lay with her for the rest of nap. So that was a bummer in terms of like production, but it is what it is. That is how this goes. So I'm going to attempt to cut this out, but I think I know that the second I put this on the ground that it's going to be game over. I think that I'm not going to be able to cut this out because she's here with us. But yeah, we'll see. She's interested in being in the sewing room, so We'll try. All right, can we leave the patterns, please? Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. I know, I shouldn't have left them there, I know. There's no right or wrong side to this fabric, like both sides are the same, so I know that that's gonna cause some issues. I think this is the front, so this is the right side, so I will cut everything out on the wrong side of the fabric. And I'm gonna have to put everything on the floor. You like it? It's pretty, right? You like it? You like it? Well, Elmo doesn't need to be on it. Okay? Okay. It's not a blankie. I have almost all of my pieces cut out. I have my 2 legs and my waistband cut out. And of course, last night when I was figuring out if I had enough fabric, I forgot to do the mirrored side of the front pant leg. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have just enough, it'll be perfect. And then when I laid it all out, I was like, I actually don't have enough because there's nothing left. I was already planning on doing just the portion you can see of the pocket in the gingham and then the rest of it being like a white cotton or something, just to preserve some of the fabric. So from my scraps, I have just enough to do the ruffle, and I will have to put 1 piece in like 2 pieces, but you won't notice because it's going to be gathered and I'll put the seam on the back of the pants. But whew, I thought I was going to have to get more fabric, but I think I'm going to be able to make it work. And I will probably try to cut out those pieces tonight and start construction tomorrow. It's the next day and I feel like yesterday was genuinely crazy. So firstly, I didn't get any time during nap time to do any work because my daughter just needed me to be with her for nap time, which is fine. And then when she woke up, she was kind of interested in doing stuff in here, but I really can't cut material out with her. She just wants to lay on the fabric. It's very cute, like she wants to be a part of what I'm doing, but it's just very counterintuitive. So I was able to cut it out when she was having lunch and like little break time, luckily. And then last night I spent a very, very long time cutting out my pocket bag. So I did run out of fabric. However, with the little scraps remaining, I was able to squeeze out just enough of what I needed. So here's my pocket bag. So this is going to be the only part that's visible, and this part will be inside the pant. And I did the same thing for the other pocket bag. And then I was able to scrape together 2 ruffles, thankfully. So now I don't have to buy new fabric, which is so nice. They are a little contrasting. Like I did have to cut, like I cut one out this way and then one out this way. And so it is gingham, so it's not terribly noticeable, but there's just a slight difference between some of the pieces. It's really not that noticeable. It's just like they don't match, like, you know what I mean? Like the gingham doesn't like perfectly go across, but this is also going to be ruffled, so it's gonna look like squished. You're not even gonna notice. So all of my pieces are cut out and it took a very, very long time. I've also hemmed the ruffle because my daughter wanted to work in here today. And I know that that sounds like fake, that my 18-month-old wants to sit in here and sew, but genuinely, she comes in here, she comes to the chair and she like begs to sit in it. And then, so we sew together. She likes to sit in my lap and put her hands on my hands and just take it nice and slow. But it sounds fake when I say like, oh, we sewed because my daughter wants to, but I swear to you, she genuinely does. So I guess all those times that I've sewn with her, she has taken a liking to it. So it obviously makes me very happy. Anyway, let's get into this pant construction because it should come together very quickly. Famous last words, I know, but let's get cracking on this. I'm going to start with the front legs because this pattern starts with the pockets. And say it with me, we're doing French seams. Clap if you got it right. If you do not know, I don't have a serger, and this machine is actually my backup machine. My machine that I love broke, sadly, and was unfixable. I brought it somewhere, they couldn't fix it. That machine had a really good overlocking stitch. Like, I didn't need a serger with that, but this machine only has a zigzag stitch, and I can tell you right now, it's not cutting it. So I've been trying to do French seams and like lots of seam finishes to keep my garments very durable. So that's what we're doing here. We're doing French seams everywhere that we can. The hardest part about this fabric in particular is that there's really not a right or a wrong sides, which is super unfortunate. So when I did cut it out, I used tailor's chalk, and there is still some marking on it. And I chose that as like the wrong side of my fabric. So I'm just like kind of utilizing that as like, okay, there's the tailor's chalk, so like this is the wrong side. The first time I ever made Lane pants or anything like that, I made Lane shorts. It's like her hack to turn this pattern into shorts. And I also used a material that did not really have a right or a wrong side. I kid you not, I sewed the pocket on like wrong at least 3 times. Like it had to have been. Wait, as we're sitting here, I'm just realizing that I need to do the pocket bag first. Like, it has to be sewn together. Okay, yes, I did have to do the pocket bag first. So you just like sew the bottom. Anyway, let's get back to this. So I am doing a French seam here. So I'm doing my first sew through right now at a 1/4 inch, and then I'll trim it, flip it over, and do another 1/4 inch to get to our 1/2 inch seam allowance. All right, now let me triple check that that will be good before I cut the excess. So, no, I think that's wrong. It's almost like I could just reference the pattern, right? Like, I don't have to just be guessing. I could just open the pattern file and read the instructions like a normal person. Oh my gosh, guys, this is the wrong pocket bag for this leg. Oh my god. I'm like, why is this not coming out? It's the wrong pocket bag. I can't even tell you how many times I did that on the first pair of Lane pants that I made. So not only did I also just like sew things wrong sides because of having the same wrong and right side, I also like did not keep track of what pant leg was supposed to be where. So I sewed like the wrong side pocket onto that pant. But we're good. I caught it. I got both of the pocket bags attached, which is so great. So now I can attach the legs together. So the back leg to the front leg. Here's my other pants with my little pocket bag. And honestly, it's like absolutely perfect how the gingham is only as much as I need, and then the rest is just a white pocket bag. It came out perfect. Wrong sides facing each other, right sides out. I'm going to sew this together because I'm going to be doing a French seam. So repetitive. I feel like I'm just not even going to say it at this point. Just assume that all of my seams are French seams unless I mention otherwise. I've been listening to the new Harry Styles album like pretty much all day, every day. Just what I've been listening to, and I really like it. It's a good, like, I don't want to call it background music, but it's like really good for just like having music on in the background. Like that's literally the definition of background music, but it's just nice to like have on. Like, I don't feel like I need to like be like intently listening to it. I don't find it like bothersome to be listening to. Like, sometimes when you listen to things and you're like doing something, it's like kind of annoying. Like I'm like, okay, this music is overstimulating, I can't listen to this. But I feel like it is just like the perfect balance of just like good music, but also like I can just have it on while I'm doing things and still enjoy it, but also enjoy whatever I'm doing. My waistbands don't match up, so now I have to decide if I'm cutting some off, because I did cut some off the front rise, but I didn't really want any off the back rise. But I'm nervous that if I just pull like the waistbands up matching, that then like I'll have to cut off the hem. Do you know what I mean? Like to make up for that, I'll have to cut some off the hem. But I'm like, is that not gonna be good? I'm gonna go with the waistband because it's more important that that's all at the same height, and I will just take some off the hem. I was able to attach the front and back pant leg, but now nap time is over, so I will do the other pant leg later on or possibly tomorrow. But I really like how this is coming out so far. I feel like it's really looking very good, very polished, and I love that all the finishes are really nice. Like this is the inside seam, and I'm just so happy with how that looks. Like it just looks really, really clean. So, and at the bottom, I do think that the fabrics ended up matching up pretty well. So that was a happy kind of accident, but also kind of intentional. Like I did try to match them up initially when I was cutting, but then obviously I had to change it because of the hem. Oh, are you taking my camera away? Hello. I'll be back and we will sew the other pant leg later. It's a couple hours later and my husband just took our toddler on a walk. Unfortunately, I think we are sick because I feel terrible. Like so much like congestion, pressure. My toddler has not been napping well and she was just like clingy and congested today. So I think tomorrow we're going to wake up like literally sick. So I'm not looking forward to that. But while they're out, I'm going to take the time to see if I can put together the other pant leg and maybe potentially be able to attach them to each other. That would be great. So let's see what I can get done. The whole time I was sewing, I just had this weird sense that the bobbin was running out. So now I have to check it. It didn't run out, but I feel like it's about to. And now we have the second pant leg. It is about to run out. My spidey senses were tingling. Bobbins have been wound. So let's get these pants attached. I need to just get rid of all of my bent pins. Like this one is legitimately completely sideways. What good is that? I also have all of these pins on this magnetic pin cushion, which by the way, if you do not have a magnetic pin cushion, it's so good. Like when I drop them, I can just take my little pin cushion and like, it just like picks them all back up. But I have all of these on here and for whatever reason, I only like these white ones. So I really need to just go through and take the other ones out because I just don't use them at all. Here's another one that's bent. And this one too, like what is this doing for me? Nothing. It is literally just like bent in half. I really miss my old machine. I was quilting a comforter. Actually, it was a video for YouTube. I made myself and my daughter quilted jackets out of a comforter, an old comforter. And I was quilting it and I was sewing it like a mad woman, like literally pedal to the metal. And unfortunately it broke my machine, like completely broke it. I brought it to get fixed and the guy was like, I actually can't fix it, which is really unfortunate because I really loved that machine. So I have this machine, I'm very lucky to have two, but I really don't like this machine. Like, case in point, like sometimes when I go to put my needle down, it just yanks the thread right out of the needle. And it doesn't even matter which direction, like it just always does it. And it's not like I don't have enough thread, I do. So I don't know how that happens. There's just like little things that really bug me about this machine. Like when you stop sewing, the needle is out of the fabric. In my other machine, if you stop sewing, the needle stayed in the fabric, which I think that's so much better. I know, I just turn it and then the needle stays in the fabric, but sometimes I forget to do that, and then I like lift the presser foot up, or I go to do something and now the fabric has shifted and the stitch isn't straight or it's not where it's supposed to be, and there's just like little things that really bother me. Also the buttonhole, I cannot get the buttonhole to work on this. Meanwhile on my other machine it was like easy peasy, I could make buttonholes left and right. So sorry, that's just me complaining about this machine. I just pinned the inseam part, and I don't know why every single time I've done this pattern, no matter if I cut it out exactly as the pattern calls, I change the rise, I don't change the hem, I do change the hem, no matter what, I have such a hard time getting the inseam to match up. Figured it out, but every single time with this pattern, it gives me trouble. Excuse me. Hey, no, please. Do you want to sew? Okay. Put your hands on mommy's hands. All right, hands on mommy's hands. Not too bad, I just have it mismatched by that much, so I'll make that work. Oh, okay. They obviously need a waistband and the ruffle, but I am very much liking how these have come out so far. I like the taper as well, like it's not overly tapered to where it's now like a different pant pattern, but I definitely like that it's not as wide of a leg, especially because I'll add the ruffle to it. Sorry the lighting is terrible. I'm in my same sewing room, but I only have this very horrible overhead light. And I've decided that I'm finishing tonight just because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, because I think that we are getting sick. I'm feeling a little better right now because I took medicine, so I would like to just finish this because I just have the waistband and the ruffle. So doing that now. I'm just attaching the waistband as normal, and then I'm going to finish it off, I think, with bias tape, because I can't figure out how a French seam or like any other seam finish would work with an elastic waistband, because you have to sew it and then you add the elastic and then you finish, like you leave a hole, you know? So I am just going to finish it with a little bit of bias tape. But yeah, if you have a way that you finish off your seam other than a serger or a zigzag stitch for an elastic waistband, let me know. Here is my waistband fit check, and I am loving these. They're so comfortable. Like, this fabric is fantastic. So elastic is good. I don't think I need to tighten it. I don't think I need to loosen it. So now I can finish off the waistband and then attach the ruffle. It was decently difficult to do the bias binding once the elastic was already in. I like had to stretch it so much, but I am so pleased with that. It looks so good, and I'm just happy to have like a nice finish on the inside. So now I just have to get the elastic all kind of even so I could give it a nice top stitch. We're almost there. Last step, we are onto the ruffle, and one of you guys actually told me of a tutorial of how to do a French seam on a gathered material, so I'm going to be following that. I'll also link it down below if you're interested. So thank you so much for that. And I'm going to try that on this seam and then we are done. Actually, I just went to start that and I am just far too tired. So I was hoping to get these done tonight just because I'm not sure what tomorrow is going to bring for me. But I think I'm going to stop here and attach the ruffle tomorrow. It's actually 2 days later. We did get sick. I am currently sick. The pants are finished. They came out so cute. I'm so happy with them. I know I don't like look very enthusiastic, but it's just because I'm sick. Of course that would happen. I would take on like a decent project. Like this shirt that I made last week, it was a pretty easy like construction. It went really well. It was quick. Pants are like a little bit more involved. Like there's a lot more steps. There's a lot more that goes into it. So of course I would pick a longer, harder project and then get sick halfway through. Worst part about getting sick as a mom is that you don't have any days off. Like my toddler is sick and she's still like, let's go to the park. Let's go do this. I want to be out and about. I want to do things. And I'm like, can we just lay in bed? Like I'm so sick and very tired, but the show must go on. But the pants are done and they came out really, really cute. Some final thoughts. I do really love this pattern. I've done it quite a few times now and I think it's simple. I think it's effective. I do tend to have the same problems though. Like I can't get the length of the inseam to match up ever, no matter how many times I do this pattern and whether I follow the pattern precisely or I've altered the pattern. I just kind of can't get those to line up right. And I don't know if that's a me thing or maybe other people struggle with that with this pattern. But I do think that this is my best pair of these. Like I really am very proud of how these came out. I love the material. They're super soft. So I think I'm going to get so much wear out of these. I'm very excited to start wearing them. Especially the weather has turned. So happy about that. Today is like the most gorgeous day ever. It's like sunshine, 75 degrees. So I will be getting a lot of wear out of these pants. Before I cue the montage, thank you guys so much for being here. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can see more of my content. Also be sure to follow me on the other platforms. I'll have them linked below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.